Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back and welcome to Wednesday, November 13th, day 38 of climbing the mountain. Jumping to the check-in. So, we woke up this morning, we weighed ourselves at 344.2 pounds, down a couple pounds from yesterday, so that's great. Just keeping the ball rolling here. Moving on to blood pressure. Measured that at 150 over 91. A little bit higher than we have been, but that's okay. Still right around where we have been recently. Then moving over to change, or listen to me. Moving over to sleep, I got 10 and a quarter hours of sleep. Perhaps it wasn't enough. Uh, it's uh, it's a lot, but I feel well rested and everything. So if my ability to speak wasn't hindered, I'd say it was perfect. Uh, I'll move over into food. So for breakfast, today's day we're working on improving the things we eat. So for the morning, I ate the fruit and protein shake and ate a bowl of Crispix. For lunch, I had some honey battered chicken tenders. Then for dinner, I cooked some store bought chicken speedies. It was a pound and a quarter. Then I had a can of green beans with that. Then, of course, during the day, I had some sea salt popcorn as a snack. And I'll move over into the MyFitnessPal chart. So everything's pretty good here. The outliers, the chicken speedies, the chicken breast meat. This one was store bought, so I was able to quantify the um, macronutrients involved here. So as we can see, there's an acetone of sodium related to these. So um, I am curious if the ones I've been buying directly from the store, or the restaurant that I already cooked, have this built in as well. But I just didn't know it because I couldn't exactly bring up their specific information. Uh, it would stand to reason if we're putting away that much sodium that we're retaining a little bit of water weight in the following day's weigh-in. I don't know for certain, but it's a possibility. So I'll be curious to see how things shake out with our weight in the morning. Um, but other than the sodium, everything looks good. But we may have learned something about the chicken breast speedies that we've been eating. These were half as expensive as buying the ones from the restaurant directly, but I don't know. Little details. We'll see what we can find out about that. May have to adjust what type of chicken we're eating. Maybe I'll just go get some chicken breast directly from the store and cook it. From there, I'll jump into some talking points. So today was the second day of the isometrics that I had to do. Had a easier time with them. I think that it was a little bit easier for me mentally just because I don't know about anybody else, but when I first try to do something, I'm always usually pretty scared to death of it. Not sure why, but ever since I was a little kid, like going to class for the first time, I'd be terrified. So that stuck with me until now. Um, or not until now, it continues to stick with me. But now, Monday we got the first set out of the way. I got some notes from Brian, so I feel better about just getting into it, getting the work done. It was a little bit easier to get through this time. My segments of doing them weren't 10 plus minutes long. They were down around like 6, so a little bit of progress made there. One thing I do want to note with that, I got some feedback from Brian. We wanted to switch when we're doing the mindfulness breathing. I gave the example of breathing in for 2 seconds and out for 4. We want to double that, so if anybody wants to follow this, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, just a nice long deep breath, fill up your stomach with air, and then let that go slowly in a controlled manner out through your mouth for 8 seconds or as close as you can. Then I just want to say, the weight's still coming down. Curious to see how it's going to work out with the chicken, like we talked about earlier. And that's pretty much it for today. Just got the work done. Clean the house a little bit more today, so that's rolling along nicely. Uh, that helps me personally. It helps me mentally some. The thing that makes me happiest in life is just not having to think about things. So if everything's cleaned up, it's off my plate completely as far as I'm concerned. So making some gains there as well. And I'll move over into the quote and clip. So the quote I found is from John Bobak. Says all progress takes place outside the comfort zone. And this could be taken a lot of ways, but just it's one of those, if you keep doing all the things you've ever done, you keep doing the things you've done, you'll get the same results you've always gotten. So whether it's getting more fit, working out, or uh, performing undesirable tasks, doing something you don't want to do, or for that matter, learning something new, you're generally, if not always, going to have to step outside your comfort zone to get something done. And for me personally, it's in this situation, it's 100% of the time, with the weight loss and lifting weights and things, you're always going to have to work harder to get the results you want. You can't continue doing the same thing and expect to make progress. So you gotta you gotta keep pushing yourself further along and get those rewards of knowing that you can do those new things. But the unfortunate part is that the goalposts move further, and you're gonna have to step outside your comfort zone again continually to get to the next step. So um, that's all I have to say on that. Then the video I found is a new one. It's just called "Do the Hard Things." It speaks to the same things, getting outside your comfort zone. Uh, Anybody can do things when they're easy. When things get tough, who are you going to be? When no one's there to help you, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to act? When you don't necessarily have to do the right thing, how are you going to act in that particular moment? So, videos about that, I like that quite a bit. And that is all I have for today. So, thanks everybody for watching. Continuing to make progress. I'm super proud of that and appreciate everybody for sticking with me on that. Um, Keep climbing the mountain. I'll do the same, and I'll see you tomorrow.